Hello again, everyone. It is Scoons Comics, and I am back with another exciting, thrilling comic book haul. I got a weird one today, people. So I went to my local comic shop to buy. I buy very few new books. I read Batman. I read Immortal Hulk, random miniseries here or there, and then I just thumb through the quarter bins and his discount books and his vintage comics to see what I can find. And hit or miss. Today was very much miss. I bought my one new Batman book, and that was it. But when I was in there, there was a gentleman there who was trying to sell some comics, and he did. When I got there, the transaction was just ending, and I caught the tail end of it. And the guy was like, "You don't want to buy the rest of these? You don't want to give me anything for them?" He's like, "No, I don't want them." I was like, "Oh, okay." I didn't really pay much attention. Usually, I've walked in on things like this before, and usually it's garbage. Like, the guy's not buying them for a reason. There you go. So anyway, I bought my new book, and I'm leaving the shop, and this gentleman, I hear, I'm getting into my car, and I hear, "Hey, man, you like comics?" And I turn, it's this guy who's sitting in his truck. I felt very much like a child, like some Dare Rally nonsense. Like, "Will you help me find my puppy? Like, you like comic books, little boy?" I'm like, yeah. So it was a guy. He's like, he had a stack of books, maybe like half a long box, but it was just a stack. Not bagged or boarded, nothing. And he's like, he didn't want these. Will you give me anything for these, or do you want to just go through them real quick, see if there's something you want? I'm like, well, I'm here. Sure, I'll quick look. Please don't murder me. So I thumbed through. He had a few books that were pretty much Drek, but a couple I wanted anyway. And he had a couple that I was shocked that the guy didn't buy, the comic shop owner. But I don't have much cash on me. Funds are tight. And I said, "Look, man, I'd take some of these. I don't got a lot of money. I can offer you this." And he's like, "You know what? That's fine." He's like, "I was frankly just going to dump these as soon as I left here anyway, because who's going to buy these from me? I don't want to go through Craigslist and stuff. Like, if you'll give me a little money for them, like, that's great." Like, great, fantastic. So, here's what I bought. I got a little stack here. I will show you from least impressive to most impressive. Again, nothing crazy, no major find here, but a couple decent books. So here we go. Again, I'm a big 90s kid. I started collecting comics in the 90s. I have a soft spot for Image Comics 90s terrible books with giant guns and big muscles and Rob Liefeld-esque art, which is acquired taste, to say the least. So I picked up Prophet Number 1. Again, I got these all for like next to nothing. Prophet Number 1, this is a terrible looking cover. This is Rob Liefeld at his Rob Liefeld-ness. Giant shoulder pads, weird headgear, huge muscles, weird wrist bracelets, gauntlets, things, whatever. It's stupid. I'm sure it's not very good. And as soon as I saw it, I smiled. So I picked it up from him. I also picked up, randomly, Prophet Number 6. Even worse than Rob Liefeld, well, depending on your taste. Stephen Platt artwork. Oh my god, look at that. Look at those crazy muscles and guns and bullets. None of it's proportional. None of it makes sense. But it's the 90s. It's what I first started in the comic book collecting, and it made me smile, so I picked it up. I'm sure these will end up in my books to give away to people bin, but who knows? Maybe upon adult reading these, they'll be good. I doubt it. What is good, though, I haven't read this yet, but I'm excited about it. Detective Comics Annual number 9. Batman Legends of a Dead Earth was the series they did with these annuals that year. Chuck Dixon wrote it. Anytime you see Chuck Dixon's name on a book that you think is going to be a one-shot, a one-and-done story, like an annual or just a 80-page giant, pick it up. He's a great storyteller. He's a great comic book storyteller. He knows about the visual medium. He takes full advantage of it. It's always a fun story. Pick up his stuff. Cool. Then I got this gem and I quick cracked it open to see. I'm a big fan of the Silver Surfer run in the 90s. That was written by Ron Marz and Jim Starlin first, then Ron Marz. I feel Ron Marz's stuff is criminally underrated. And Ron Lim as the artist. Always love Ron Lim. Where's Ron Lim now? I don't know. But in addition to the Silver Surfer series, they did this issue of What If? What If 22? The Silver Surfer had not escaped Earth. So that's cool. Nice little supplement to my books that I have of the Silver Surfer series. Silver Surfer series is a tongue twister. I'm impressed that I said it on the first try. And then we have another issue of What If. I have no idea if this is any good, but I enjoy the What If stories, the imaginary stories. Because the rest of them are not imaginary stories. But What If number 19, Vision had conquered the world. Vision of the Avengers had conquered the world. Cool, right? What If, newsstand edition. Pick it up. Again, got all these for almost nothing. Daredevil, 288. Whatever happened to Matt Murdock? You're hard-pressed to find a bad Daredevil comic. Daredevil has always been the ground for writers to experiment on and tell all kind of crazy stories. Mostly gang stories, but such a cool book. Any chance to find Daredevil on the cheap? I'll pick it up. Then I like this cover a lot. I think this is... I don't know if this is a John Romita Jr. cover or not. Daredevil 289. Boxing cover. Let's get ready to rumble. I like it. Again, newsstand. Cool book for next to nothing. A couple random issues of Spectacular Spider-Man that he had. Again, newsstand. I don't know. I didn't stop to ask the guy where he got these. I should have. I'd love to know the story behind this. He had kind of like a goofy, like, not a professional construction pickup truck, but like he might do like odd jobs. And maybe he was like cleaning out a house and he found these. I don't know. Spectacular Spider-Man 115. Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, the black costume here, very cool, newsstand edition. I like this cover a lot. This is actually the first one I saw in the stack, and I was like, okay, this is worth going through. Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man 116 versus Sabretooth. Spider-Man is down to his last costume. Sabretooth has just ruined it. Pray for Sabretooth. Okay. This is not when Sabretooth was quite the ultimate fighter. Great, taking Wolverine out in mid issue. But here apparently Spider-Man eats his lunch. Cool looking cover. Another DC book. I only picked up a couple of DC books. All-Star Squadron Annual number 3. Just looked like a cool comic from the Copper Age. I assume Roy Thomas wrote this. I could be wrong. But newsstand edition again. Pretty cool. Looking forward to reading it. Then I got two gems. That All-Star Squadron I was surprised that the comic shop owner didn't buy. The two Spider-Man books I thought I would have bought because I know the black costume stuff's pretty hot right now. People are buying that. If that had been at least in the quarter bins, I'm sure that would have got something. But then you had these two, which were in, this one's in really nice shape, but I suppose it's just kind of obscure. I don't know why he didn't want it. I flipped through it real quick and it's complete. I don't know. Worlds Unknown number 6. The Thing Called Killdozer. Bronze Age Marvel. Yes. It's in really nice shape. This says as seen on TV. I don't know if this was like a made-for-TV movie. I'll have to research this. I don't know what this is. If you know, please leave a comment below. And yeah, just a cool comic, cool cover. Again, I got this for nothing. Just really nothing. And last but not least, I was thrilled to get this because I'm always chipping away. Chipping, as I say. At my Marvel Team-Up run. Marvel Team-Up number 12. At first, I was super excited to see this. And I don't know why the comic shop owner didn't buy it. It's got a bad spine roll. I don't know if you can see it. Let me do it this way. Can't really tell. There you go. It's got a real bad spine roll here. And the back cover is pretty chewed up. And it's got some like ink runs here at the top. But, I mean, I probably paid like $0.25 for this from this guy. Like when all was said and done, I gave him really low money for these books. Nothing. But he gladly took it as opposed to getting nothing for them. And he's going to throw them in the trash. The rest of the stuff he had was in real chewed up shape. Nothing, I'm saving pretty much anything right there. I bought profit for God's sakes. But The rest of it was all just nothing. But this was really cool find. Really cool find. Happy to have it. I need it in better condition. I love Werewolf by Night. Cool comic. And that is my random, unexpected weirdo haul this week. Pretty cool. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. I've over 200 subscribers. Like I said, I'm marching towards 300. Help me. Subscribe, like, comment. Somebody out there is always giving me a thumbs down, which always cracks me up. Just one. For every video I have in the last 6 months, I have 1 thumbs down. So, sir, thanks for watching. Or madam, whomever. Thanks for watching, everybody. Everybody have a great week, and I will see you next week.